Rick Without the K James presents In My Opinion Podcast.
Alright, you guys. Next topic. Next topic is, how long should you chase a woman for? Now, I asked that question because women seem to think that we should indefinitely fucking chase them and chase them and chase them till they get ran down, and then finally we can fuck them. And I'm here to tell you, women, no, sorry. I think we've talked about this on a podcast before. I give you 3 dates, because by then I could have bought a hooker and it would have been way cheaper. God damn it.
And you don't gotta talk to her again.
However, I will say, exactly. And
maybe get a discount for future references.
yeah.
It's all right.
Plus, I like midgets, so they're half off. But I say that with asking, because women act like, oh, well, we've had a friend. I'm going to keep saying we had a friend. We had a friend that was chasing a girl, and it just got to the point where he was like, man, I can't do this. I said, but on the other hand, if it gets thrown at us later down the line, we're all dudes, we're going to fucking take it anyways. But we're not going to consistently keep, hey, can you go to lunch? Can you do this? Can you do that? If you're going to keep giving me an excuse after excuse of why you can't go to lunch, why you can't go to dinner, bring up kids, my mama's sick, COVID's a fucking big excuse right now that you, like, come on. So you're just not getting fucking dick for 6 months? Come on, bitch. Like, stop that.
I'm not going to lie to you. I've been out here doing my thing during COVID. It's nasty out here.
Hey, I'm holding numbers right now.
Hey,
You're matching the same numbers to 200,000?
Bro, I'm putting up NBA bubble numbers and shit, bro. You know how they got dudes that you ain't never heard of putting up 40 in the bubble? That's what I'm doing, man.
Actually, since COVID, it has been on a slight increase. Breaking on graphs and shit.
So both of y'all don't want the vaccine. That's what you're saying.
Man.
I'll wear a mask every
You're going to
time.
slap
Every time.
There's nothing else for them to do, right?
Shit, man.
It's a lot of nurses trying to get their shit off. A lot of female nurses out there.
Nice.
We need to start a new webpage, 1-800-DIAL-A-DICK.
So
for real, man.
We
Dick dash.
started with Jose. We
35.
started with Kevin. Now, Ronnie, we're gonna start with you. How long? Oh Jesus, maybe this ain't the person I asked.
No,
Ronnie will talk to a girl for fucking 4 years
This is
before
perfect. Hey, listen.
he'll wear her down.
All
and
right.
Shit. Like,
Okay, I'm gonna give you fucking old man wisdom right now.
Yep.
Okay?
How long
My
you
brother
been
told
chasing?
me this one time and I took it to heart. You know this. One day I had a chance to get with this one girl and I said, Rob, I didn't want her, man. There was this other chick I wanted. And Rob said, I don't give a fuck if you got laid 400 times tomorrow. It could have been 401. I've always laughed at that and kind of took that to heart to a point. So the funny part is if a girl's interested in me or I'm chasing her and I can't catch her, I just keep laying that groundwork. I've had girls call me
That's
12 fucking years later.
That's right.
Or I bump into a girl at a store that I ain't seen in 10 fucking years. I'm an old man, dude. My game's slow. And so, 10 years later, I'll run into a girl and, oh, hi, and she'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm single. How about you? It just so happens I'm single.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go grab some sushi. And so, that's the thing. And if you don't burn those fucking bridges, when I was a young man, I burned those fucking bridges. I mean, I'd take a girl and she'd catch me with another girl 2 or 3 nights later, and that would be a no-go. So I started the long, slow game. He calls it the wearing them out game.
Patient pimping.
Patience.
Tortoise
I
versus
like
hare.
that.
That's patient pimping.
So my thing
I
is,
see it.
I just hooked up with a girl the other night that I hadn't talked to in 12 years, and she basically remembered me from being a fucking gentleman. I think she remembered someone else, but that's okay. But the thing of it is to me, there is no time frame for me. If I don't get with you now, that don't mean I ain't gonna get with you later. I'll still leave a good foundation with you, and one day you may come back around. One day that guy you're with might let you down, and I'm here.
He will.
Can I interject
And I'll be
real
right
quick?
there.
This is why men can't trust another man being just friends with your woman. Because what you said is smart. It's the tortoise versus the hare. He playing the long game. Ultimately, I'm going to get you if there's some interest there, because what I'm assuming is if you can tell if there's no interest on her side, then you're just going to leave it be. But if there's a little bit of interest, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down the tracks. Eventually, the train is going to come through.
Even if there isn't interest, if there's interest on my part, I try to always leave it in a good way because, like I said, you never know what's going to happen 10, 15. See, no offense to you guys. You guys are young studs. And you guys are thinking in the next 3 minutes, what can I get to? Hey, listen, my ideal is...
About 5 minutes ago.
So my ideal is, let's set it up and what might fall into place. Because I'm a patient man now. If I run into a girl from 3 years ago, hey, maybe we have
the one thing I've seen you do though, and then I'll switch it back to Jose, right? Is the one thing I've seen you do is you're smart about the game. Where I try to teach my son the same shit is when you do meet up with these girls, you're not taking every one of them out to dinner or lunch. You're like, hey, let's meet up for coffee, which is a cheap fucking date.
Nah, but
A cheap date, right? But as a dude and as a younger dude, how many dates are you gonna go on before you're like, man, this shit is just like, bitch, you should have told me you wanted to be friends.
It's usually
sooner.
It's
so
usually
how long
two.
are you gonna really chase? Go ahead, Jose.
It's usually 2 to 3, and I think we both. It's usually a mutual thing as to whether we want to continue to fuck around with each other. Usually, in this age, more often than not, by that second or third date, we either fucked or we didn't, and we moving forward. In most cases.
I hate both you motherfuckers.
In most
that
cases.
shaking your head, yes.
No, but I respect Ronnie, because Ronnie seemed like he used to write the little love letters and shit. You got a brim with the flower in it. That's a smooth dude right there, I know. But nowadays...
Well, I'm uglier than you guys. I gotta be nice.
no, but that's it. That's no matter what, the nice guy will win. It's literally tortoise versus the hare. Hare is the hot shot who thinks that he got it. I'm just a fucking tortoise. I'm gonna win. Tortoise just steadily working, and then boop. At the end of the game, who wins the race? You the one married and shit. I'm good luck Chuck. She gonna find the one she loves after me. You're the dude after. You're Chuck.
Nice.
Yeah,
Kevin,
So
how long are you gonna chase a woman?
The son cow looks up to the father cow and says, hey, let's run down the hill and fuck one of them cows, right?
Oh, this one.
And then the father cow looks at the son and says, let's walk down there and fuck them all. Right? I mean...
You get that from me. I told you that,
I'm
bitch.
in the playbook, one time. But I mean, that's the concept.
He's stealing
right?
my shit.
I'm not gonna run down there and chase a bitch to fuck her. I'm gonna wait bro, I just bagged some shit from a few years ago. And I mean, like, yeah, as long as you don't burn those bridges, they'll always be there to cross again.
You'll notice the older you get, you'll be like, I mean, you guys aren't even 30 yet, right?
I'm 30. I just turned 30.
Congratulations.
And but the
I
thing
made
of it
it.
is, when you're 30, it's hard for a woman to call you from 15 years ago or run into someone that you knew 15 years ago. But when you're 32, you're gonna be like, oh man, I met her 8 years ago, 6 years ago, and you're gonna be realizing that, hey man, if you're a gentleman sometimes, I mean, you don't have to be a gentleman to everybody, but certain women, leave it on a certain level. And maybe one day she's lonely, maybe one day she's,
get that
maybe
call.
one day's life changed.
See?
I've been waiting on this
Goes
one.
back to what I was saying, fellas in relationships. Of course, be secure, but at the same time, be wary. That friend that friend that she goes out to get coffee with, whatever. If he ain't gay,
We're coming up.
there's
to
a
that
good
question.
chance. There's a good chance.
That's a question we're coming up to.
How about you? What's your take on this?
My take is, again, it's the 3-date rule for me. I'm at that age where, and I've said this before, where when I was dating, because I'm seeing someone right now, right? But
You better shout that out again louder.
so, but I speed date because I'm at that age where I don't really need your pussy that bad, bitch. Like, so if I'm not getting it and I'm seeing there's something not working, I just move on. Where I would have been more patient. I've been like, one more date, one more thing. But I kind of speed date through all my shit now, where I'm like, man, fuck it, I got 2 hands, god damn it. And do I want small dick or large dick with the 4-finger? So fuck it, I'll jerk myself off, god damn it. So
Disclaimer: when we say bitch, it's theoretically. And
No.
it's also in the heat of the... Okay, well, when
No,
I
I'm
say
calling them
bitch...
bitches.
When I say bitch, it's theoretically because I'm not going to disclose names out of respect, and I don't know everything name.
I agree with him. Because
you know?
we're just
I
on a
say bitch out of
podcast.
habit.
I'm showing off. After this, I'm going to church.
That's right.
Third question we have for you is, how long should you let a man chase you?
So, I don't think there's a time limit because it can be, I mean, you're not going to change your mind right away. And if you have somebody that it has the chemistry with you, or if you have, I don't know, anything in common, you're gonna give the, okay, keep doing it, and I'm ready for it. But when you don't have no chemistry, then you just, no matter how much you do it, you're not gonna fall for it. It should be a limit, but for me, I don't think there is a limit.
I don't think that a lot of guys know limitations, period, you know what I mean? And like I had said previously, like, as a woman, you have to give that boundary and let them know if you're interested or if you're not interested, you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a point in time where you're like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to allow you to court me. I'm going to allow you to be a part of my time, a part of my life, or whatnot. Now, if you're just sitting there toying a man around because, you know, you find some type of, you know, privilege or so, whatever it is, not even necessarily privilege, I can't even think of the word right now yet. Just, I don't know, dude, like, you can't just sit there and toy a boy around, because then it gets annoying, and then it's like, how can you even juggle so many different damn people, like, when they start chasing you? Like, kind of, I don't know, like, you I guess as a woman, you have to kind of put boundaries and let them know if you're interested or not interested, because not all the men that chase you are you're gonna want to be chased by. So.
Definitely. And you will know right away which are the ones that you're gonna allow them to be around you, and which are the ones that you don't want.
So how would you tell a man to stop chasing me? That's what I want to know, because how would you tell a man, Amy, not to chase you?
Straight up.
There's a lot of, you have to be straight up with a lot of men just because they don't get the hint. Women, they speak in hints. They speak in nonverbal communication all the time. We could be having a whole conversation right in front of you guys and wouldn't even know what was going on. So I feel like you have to be blunt, verbal, to the point, but sometimes that makes it worse.
Yeah.
One thing that I kind of was thinking right now when you were saying about like toying a man around, what about friend zones? What about when like you're in a breakup and you meet somebody after a breakup and you're in that kind of, I'm in the single phase, I don't really want to date anybody, but you meet them during that time and they kind of feel for you. What do you think?
That's hard. Like I haven't had many of those, but like, I don't know, dude, like, it's weird. Because if the friend zone is just like, I guess I put people there, and I'm putting people there still, and I'm just like, I had to cut somebody off. I'm like, bro, look, we're cool, but we're not that cool. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Don't be sending me fucking love songs, bro. Because then you're gonna sit here. It's just, you got to be kind of rude and know that you're fucking. I told this dude just the other day, you know, I got a man, and respect me or get disrespected. And it's either gonna come from me or from my person, and you don't want to come from that way, you know what I mean? Because now you're going to put me in this scenario. Because like I said, guys don't know boundaries or limitations, and I think when we were listening before, like, we've heard conversations about, like, that testosterone, when, it's not that, I've heard this before, like, it's not that they want that they can't have, it's not that somebody wants what you have, it's, what was it, something like this, it's not that they want they want what you have, so yeah. It's not that they want what they don't got, it's what I can't fucking think of it. But yeah, everybody wants what you got is what it is. Basically what it breaks down to, that's the punchline. So if a man sees like, oh, he got her, I wonder why he has her. What is it that she has? And I want to try it. You know what I mean?
They look happy, or it looks
like, you know, so people always want, so people always want what you got. So that's.
So does it boil down to, like, I kind of agree with the no timeline, but it goes with situation though, because if they are in a relationship, obviously you need to read the cues. If they're not in a relationship, or they're working on themselves, or they're doing something like going to school, or they're preoccupied with other things, then yeah, you gotta be looking into those. And if they are things that's working on their personality, I would say keep pursuing them, because you can help divine that personality and become part of that, and then it'll be a click and a connection in a fast minute.
What if you're not attracted to them though?
If you're not attracted to them, I guess that's a lot of people who get friend zoned and stuff, you know. But then,
so do you think the personality can make them attractive though?
I think so.
Is that what you're saying? Why you would keep them around? Like, because you said like work on the personality.
I kind of think so, because there are times that I have been like chased and I'm completely turned off and I'm not in the mood. Like, no, I don't like you. I'm a big person on. It's cool on physical appearance. Like, it's cool to have a good physical appearance, but if you ain't got the whole package with you're not supportive, you're not I'm not necessarily a good listener, but if you're not there when I need you, those kind of things, they turn you off, you know, like how the men were talking earlier about pheromones and smells and stuff. You guys got smells too, so you gotta run into that too. So there's other ways to pursue a woman. So I feel like there is no timeline, but just read those cues. So if there are cues that all say no, then you read the cues to the next one. But I definitely feel like one of my personal experience was when I wasn't attracted to somebody, and then when recently I got into a car accident, and my ex was at my door, and I completely have no emotion towards him, completely turned off, and he's at my door every single day. What you need? I got you, I got you, I got you. And that persistence, it felt attractive. It felt pretty, like you're there for me, you're supportive for me, and I'm over here doing it by myself, but just you being there, just you being supportive, you providing in a certain way that I couldn't provide for myself that I thought I could, that's attractive. So there are little moments that are little like breakthrough and little slip holes that men need to figure out if they're not getting it the right way. So the poor choice of words, but yes. What do you think, Max?
I totally agree, because I mean, I'm gonna bring, now that you're talking about guys like that, there are some times that I'm attracted to this guy, but I know he's a player, and I don't want that in my life. I know that he's not stable. I don't want that in my life. But then maybe a few months later, this person gets his stuff together, and that's a totally different story. So that's why I feel like there's no limitations. Maybe it's at the moment how you feel. And like you, Sabrina, said, you know, if you have somebody else in your life, why is that person chasing you? He has no business chasing you. You're with somebody else. Respect that. So,
do you think it's because guys see opportunities? Because like, do you think like guys see opportunities like where they're like, you know what, I can do better, so let me go ahead and try to pursue her?
and if you get one of those, I think that's when you really put them in a zone that you don't want them in your life, because obviously you don't want anybody, there's no competition there out there. You know, it's just respect me, this is who I am, and if I'm with somebody else, I'm with somebody else. If you want to wait your turn, wait for it.
Yo, it's your boy Charlie Murphy, my main man Rick James. That's the one you think, the comedian Rick James. Get up on him.